Before he became a legend, he trained like no one else.
Power, speed, precision, discipline. Every second of training forged a warrior. This wasn't just training. It was the birth of a legend. Bruce Lee's most powerful training secrets. Coming soon.
All right, let's jump straight into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking something absolutely extraordinary. We're looking at how a massive, world-changing legacy was built in just 4 iconic films. We're talking, of course, about the one and only Bruce Lee. One man, 4 movies, a legacy. You know, before Bruce Lee, martial arts cinema was just a completely different landscape. But then came this fighter whose speed looked almost impossible, whose on-screen charisma literally lit up the room, and whose philosophy ended up inspiring millions. His explosive arrival on the scene shook up everything we thought we knew about action movies. So that brings us to the big question for today's explainer. How did Bruce Lee actually change martial arts forever? How does one person, in such a ridiculously short amount of time, just completely rewrite the rulebook for athletes, filmmakers, and audiences globally?
Chapter 1. A Legacy in 4 Films.
Okay, to really understand this impact, we've got to look at the timeline. 1971, 72, and 73. Think about that for a second. A staggering, world-altering hero's journey compressed into just a 3-year window. 3 years to completely change the world. Chapter 2. Breaking the box office. It all starts back in 1971 with Bruce's first major leading role in The Big Boss. The setup is classic. It follows a young man who makes a solemn promise to his family that he'll never fight again. But, as you might guess, when his relatives start mysteriously disappearing and he uncovers this whole criminal organization, he's backed into a corner. He has to break that promise to deliver some explosive justice. And man, this film just erupted in theaters. It was an absolute revelation. Audiences were suddenly seeing a fighting style that felt incredibly grounded and realistic. I mean, his strikes were so insanely fast that cameras actually struggled to capture them at normal speed. There's this famous scene where he takes on multiple opponents with these lightning-fast strikes, and viewers had literally never seen anything like it. It was a massive global box office hit, proving for sure that martial arts could captivate the entire world.
Chapter 3. The Vengeful Icon.
Moving forward just 1 year to 1972, we get his next groundbreaking project, Fist of Fury. Here, Bruce steps into a much more intense, deeply emotional role as a student desperately seeking justice after his master's death. The standout moment, the one that really cemented him in pop culture, is when he confronts a rival dojo that insulted his school. He walks right in with absolute, unshakable confidence, utterly refusing to back down. And here's the real takeaway. This specific film elevated him. He wasn't just a fun action star anymore, he became an icon, a hero who flat out refused to accept humiliation. He fought back fiercely against injustice, and that energy resonated deeply with audiences everywhere.
Chapter 4. Master, Creator, and Philosopher.
Still in 1972, busy year, right? We see a massive evolutionary step with Way of the Dragon. This time, he's not just the star, Bruce is writing and directing the whole shebang. He sets the stage in Rome where his character is protecting friends from criminals, and this builds up to one of the most famous martial arts scenes in cinema history. An unforgettable duel inside the Roman Colosseum against none other than Chuck Norris.
What's truly fascinating about this matchup is the contrast. On one side, you have traditional, brute strength. On the other side, Bruce's incredible strategy. Instead of just trying to match his opponent muscle for muscle, Bruce's character actively adapts. He studies his opponent in real time and completely changes his tactics mid-fight to secure the win. It is a total masterclass in observation and agility over pure power. And that fight, it perfectly reflected Bruce Lee's deeper mindset. Adapt, learn, overcome. Let's just slow down for a second and let that land. This wasn't just a cool strategy for a movie fight, this was a framework for life. It's a strategic mindset that applies far beyond martial arts, urging all of us to be fluid and responsive to whatever challenges we face.
Chapter 5. A Global Phenomenon.
This philosophy builds to an absolute crescendo in 1973 with Enter the Dragon. This is the film that shattered all the boundaries and broke through to a massive international audience. The scale is epic. His character infiltrates a mysterious island to uncover a criminal operation. It's packed with dramatic tournament fights, incredible training moments, and it all culminates in that legendary mirror room finale, famous for its incredible nail-biting tension. Right in the middle of that tense mirror room battle, he delivers this iconic message. An opponent can hide behind illusions, but truth always finds a way. It's brilliant because it ties his physical battles directly back to his deep philosophical truths. He's showing us that true clarity cuts through deception, whether you're in combat or just navigating life.
But, this peak global triumph is also a moment of really somber reflection. Tragically, Bruce Lee passed away just before the film's release. When Enter the Dragon finally hit theaters, it became an undeniable worldwide success, forever cementing his legacy as one of the most influential figures in action cinema.
Chapter 6: An Enduring Legend. To wrap up this explainer, we really have to look at the massive 50-year ripple effect these 4 movies had. I mean, he inspired millions of people to get off the couch and begin training themselves. He fundamentally changed how fight scenes were choreographed on camera. He influenced generations upon generations of actors, athletes, and filmmakers. His impact literally broke out of the movie screen and physically changed sports, cinema, and how stories are told. More than anything, he proved that martial arts didn't just have to be about fighting. It could be a vehicle for telling deeply human, powerful stories about courage, unwavering discipline, and this endless pursuit of self-improvement. He wasn't just a movie star, guys. He truly became a legend.
And honestly, this is just the beginning of our deep dive into his world. Coming up next in our Explainer series, we're going to explore the incredible work ethic that fueled all of this with Bruce Lee's secret training methods, the work behind the legend. You definitely won't want to miss how he physically built himself to achieve the impossible.
But until then, I want to leave you with this final thought. How will you apply Bruce Lee's discipline to your own life? Take his philosophy of adaptability and truth. Adapt, learn, overcome. And see how you can bring it into your reality today. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch you in the next one.